Alright. So hello everyone, my name is TLG and I'm here to play some Black Desert Online. As you can see here, we already created a character Alon on level 61. Yeah, I created Code Sona. So the further, let's play. Is the gameplay. And yes, I'm in Shikatu's hideout. That piece of shit is on Kamisilba. Poison Bill, yeah. Before that, let's do the main quest first. Mm-hmm. Alright. Beside the city of Bond. Hmm. Yeah. Nampo o seal. Soul is around here. $300 then. Hmm. boy. Tales of Sangun. I don't know how much copper stone it should be. Got the flame though. I got the flames. I got the flame of despair and flame of phone kick. Yeah, I got that shit. How much for the S? $50. $66 million. One de Boracua. Mm-hmm. For one endgame ring. I think cost me about 3 billion for that shit. No joke. Mm-hmm.
Tiger attacks are on the rise, so... What? Are you the Tiger Slayers? No? What are you doing here amidst all this chaos? I'd love to make you a hot bowl of gookbop, but these tiger attacks are thinning the customers and my pockets. I don't even have the ingredients for soup. To be honest, when the tigers began to act up, I figured my life was near its end. Since I couldn't leave this place, I resigned myself to that fate. But I guess I didn't look like I'd make a tasty meal. So I'm still here, just quietly living on. On our wedding night, my husband suddenly collapsed and died, just like that. The townsfolk hurled insults at me, calling me a parasite on his soul. I had no choice but to run away. It's been 15 years already. It's quiet here, with nobody to talk behind your back. All the guests who come here are in need of my help, so I really like this little tavern. I'll hold on to this house until my death. People come and go, then come and go again. Isn't that what a tavern is? And in the midst of all these passing faces, I met them. Some time ago, there was a father and 2 sons who visited rather frequently. The boys lost their mother early and grew up under their father's care. The elder son's name was Deho, meaning big tiger. Their father named him so, hoping he would live with the vigor of a tiger. This family used to come here to gather wild herbs in the spring, and they came to catch fish in the stream during the summer. In the fall, they lent a hand helping out at the tavern. And in the wintertime, they brought cute little bamboo sprouts as gifts. Before I knew it, Deho was all grown up and brought home a young lady, saying he wanted to marry her. It was only then that I realized that to him, I had become something like a mother. And that was how we became family. And we thought we would live out the rest of our days as happy as we were. But on the day the first tiger attack happened, old Lady Birigongdok showed up to our house out of nowhere. She said that the name Deho was too strong and would bring bad luck, and that we must change it or something terrible would happen. I thought it was ridiculous at first, so I rebuked her words as nonsense in front of the children. The first one to be eaten by the tiger was Deho's younger brother, who in turn became a Changi that lured his father to the tigers. That's why no one associates with victims of tiger attacks. Those who become Changi sacrifice everyone they knew to spare their own lives. Deho was devastated. His wedding was canceled, and everything fell apart. In the end, Deho left to seek revenge. He said he'd tear out Sangun's heart, claiming it would make all the Changi disappear, once and for all. I haven't heard back from him since. But you said you found Deho? If so, then something must have gone terribly wrong. This is all my fault. I couldn't bear to lose Deho. The day Deho left, I went to old Lady Bidagongdok. I fell to my knees and begged her for a charm that would ensure Deho's safe return home. The old lady told me that she would, but that it could lead to serious consequences. That if Deho's soul can't reach the netherworld safely, then there is no way to foretell what his body left in this world would become. So, if that kind child has turned into something horrible, it would be because I insisted on something I should have never...
Don't blame yourself, dearie. I didn't have enough experience with that charm to bring out its full power.
Old lady, what must I do now? All I wish is for him to rest his eyes in peace.
Deho's soul still lingers in this world, though only by a thin string. We have little time, I fear, as it is gradually growing more vicious.
This was the first time he attacked us Tiger Slayers. Before, he'd always appeared only briefly from a distance and disappeared.
You're still with us because Deho was protecting his dear mother. That boy has been keeping other Changi at bay. So let's help him pass on as the Deho we know, before he loses himself and turns into a monster.
So easily? Is it even possible?
It is possible indeed. Deho still has a bit of his soul left in him. And from what you've said, Dulce, Deho must come to the Tiger Mask ritual on his own 2 feet.
I too had a sibling I had to bid farewell to when I was young. It may not seem it, but brotherly love is as deep as the Dragon King's domain. Let's see here. They said the tiger attack started from the younger brother. So if we dig deeper into that, there must be something.
Desa, Deho's younger brother, was found near the seaside of Body Forest.
You mean a tiger came all the way to the seaside? That's strange. Body Forest has a strong umbral energy, so tigers don't usually go there.
Youngung, can you gather Desok's belongings if he left any behind?
Yes, I'll look inside the house, and you can look around the house. That immature child buried all his treasures underground, and I couldn't possibly throw them away.
Warum besessen?
Mm-hmm.
Have you found them? Let's see what we have here. Don't these belong to the Pungmul troop? Quite ominous, I'd say. Youngung, can you explain?
The Pungmul troop stayed for a bit in Byot County. He learned some things from them and got acquainted. The Pungmul troop are probably already somewhere else. He did mention a friend he made there. His name was Namsuk, I believe. He even got that puppy Mungdori from Namsuk. Namsuk is from Byot County, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find him.
Oh boy.
Namsok, that poor child. Since the day a tiger killed Tesok, his friend.
He completely lost his mind. Kept blaming himself for his friend's death. Didn't eat for days. Worrying his father to pieces.
He didn't even show up to school, his favorite part of the day. Oh, his house? It's over there in that direction.
Traveler, just thinking about it gives me all kinds of concern. Changing his mind seems nearly impossible. You should head there first. I just thought of a great idea. I'll be back soon.
His father...
If only I didn't convince him to run that errand with me. I don't want to answer questions about Daesok. Huh? It's Mongdori! Mongdori, oh, how I've missed you!
Namsok, I may not be smart, but I know for a fact that you aren't to blame for what happened. Adults are to blame for all the tragedies of this world. Please share your story. For Mongdori, no. For your friend Daesok.
Actually, I hear my friend Daesuk's voice every night, and it drives me crazy. He says that it's too cold and painful. Well, the Pungmul troop from Nampo asked us to run an errand for a large sum of money. It didn't seem too difficult. All they wanted us to do was carry a box to the seaside as they did their performance. But... I was a coward and ran away from them. I didn't realize at first because the music was so loud. But from within the box, I could hear a beast. I was instantly terrified and couldn't move an inch. But curiosity got the best of me, and I peeked inside the box.
You peeked? What did you see?
It was a tiger cub. My mother passed away a long time ago, but she used to always say, having a tiger in the house will cause nothing but trouble. Her words came back to me, and I ran away in panic, leaving my friend alone.
Namsok, you poor child. I can't imagine all the emotional burden. With Desok being the victim of that mother tiger's rage. But why hide a tiger cub with the Pumul troop when they had to travel all the way from Nampo to Butte County?
Because it's no ordinary tiger cub. They must have stolen little Sangoon.
They did what? How could they do such a thing? Surely they'll be punished.
According to Captain Ahong, the traces of little Sangoon have long been gone from the Tiger Palace. Looking back, I myself haven't felt the energy of little Sangoon ever since the tiger attacks first began.
This is the log monitoring the Changi, Deho. There was one thing I found suspicious. He only appeared when the chasers were present. Now I understand why.
The sound of the chasers banging their kengwari must have reminded him of his younger brother. That is why we're to hold a tiger mask ritual to call forth the soul of Desok, Deho's younger brother. Heartbreaking though it may be, Desok must have been freed from his servitude to Sangoon since he sacrificed his father. What we need is something that can speak to his soul, one that will awaken the remaining piece that is still Deho. The stories of Sangoon, who lost his cub, and the story of Deho, who lost his little brother, shall be interwoven. The ones who shall suffer and be punished are the ones who caused tragedy after tragedy. Desok and little Sangoon could have become friends, like the warriors who stood before Sangoon at the Tiger Palace. I trust in the kind heart of Deho. Please go to Captain Ahong and make preparations for the ritual. And Namsuk, as an old lady, I need your help. Why don't we have some dried persimmon while we take a walk?
Dried persimmon? Of course!
And Namsuk, as an old lady, I need your help. Why don't we have some dried persimmon while we take a walk?
He always appears in front of the chasers. So let's get changed into Pungmul troop uniforms. The ritual is about to begin. We'll wait until it reaches its peak. Old Man Monsu, now it's your turn. This is your last chance to make peace with your son.
I am aware. I will protect the child. Let's take him to where the Tiger Mask ritual will take place.
The old lady will tell you where to find the right amount of wind and water after observing the energies of the sun, moon, and earth. Please gather some materials required for the ritual while we change into the uniforms. Please gather.
Alright. Alright.
Now, if Deho is on board with us, then he'll receive judgment in the Netherworld. Well done. That couldn't have been an easy decision to make. Deciding to risk it all to help him leave this world as human.
Appearances don't matter. It's the heart that counts.
Now, if Deho is on board with us, then he'll... Now... Do you hear that? The sound of the Kengwari. It seems like Captain Ahong's Pungmul troop has succeeded in bringing Deho nearby. Please be patient until the ritual reaches its climax. Now then, the Tiger Mask ritual shall begin.
Alright.
You underestimate my power? You think walking upright makes me human? I am the wraith that haunts this mountain! I'll devour your souls!
Alright. Oh, freaking kidding me.
And so, now, finally, it has begun.
I can feel some weight off my shoulders a little bit. I hope he's found peace in the netherworld.
We can also see the mountains now. The veil of darkness has been lifted. However, it's a bit too early to let our guard down. The mountains are reacting to his death.
We gotta head back to the base, but...
Granny Death, please, let Ardejo receive the judgment of the King of the Netherworld. Please, let him be reborn. He doesn't need to remember me, but please let him return this time as my real son.
We gotta head back to the base, but...
Autumn leaves of Tebek call out, and we return its call with a roar. Dried persimmon on our lips, the taste like honey, it yet lingers on. Deho, my brother, set vengeance aside, and let your foolish heart forgive all instead. All your sorrows will leave them behind, and endlessly our friendship will grow.
You've taken down the Changi that was Deho. Looks like we've won this battle. We must repay our debt of gratitude.
Tesu, are you okay? Is there still any lingering energy from the Changi?
Feeling better than ever. We can head out to the Tiger Palace this instant.
No, Tesu. We can't do that yet. Not until you fulfill your filial duty.
What the heck are you talking about? Filial duty? You mean my father?
How do you think he managed to survive? It's all thanks to your old man who pulled through with the ritual despite his age. So stubborn. But the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, it seems. I asked your father to come meet you here, but he still won't budge.
My father. He seemed to have been born for Mount Tebek. Or rather, for Sangun. He praised Sangun to those who climbed Mount Tebek, and guided them safely on the path from tiger attacks. Sometimes, Sangun and my father sat side by side on top of Bombawi and watched the sunset sink behind the mountain. As a child, I both feared and revered Sangun. One morning, during a winter storm, my mother passed away while I had left the house for a brief moment. Her body bore the clear marks of a tiger attack. That's when I saw Sangun disappearing into the distance. I drew my bow immediately, but my arrow fell short. I was overcome with rage and sorrow, and I collapsed, weeping loudly. Just then, my father arrived. He lifted my chin and slapped me across the face. He said, "How dare you draw your bow at Sangun?"
Have you completely lost your mind, Father? Mother is dead because of a tiger attack! Your wife died in her home, torn to pieces by a tiger, while you were busy serving those damn tigers!
This is heaven's will, which cannot be opposed. You're my son. Why can't you realize this?
Damn this house! Damn this family! Enough of this mountain guide job! I'm quitting!
That man said that I had committed a sin for threatening the Mountain Lord. I felt sick to the core after hearing those words. And I cut all ties to my father. I still can't understand how he could spout such nonsense. After having lost his one and only wife, gnawed to bits by a tiger, and now that fool saved me from the Changi's grasp? Perhaps that too was the will of the great and almighty Sangun.
Tesu, all children have a duty to respect their parents. Don't be like this. Go find your father and hear the truth of that day.
The truth? Sure. I'm sure there were things that were left unsaid. But what about the bruise he left on my heart when I was just a child?
Oh.
Hey! Hey! There's been an incident. Old Man Mansu has been taken by government officials.
Huh? What are you talking about? For what? What could he have possibly done?
Tesu, let's go to the government office first. Then we can head to the Tiger Palace. Got it?
Oh. Oh boy.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at the base camp? I'm sorry I dragged you into this.
How
you interfere with the Sato's interrogation!
Sheesh, what's the rush? Hold on a minute. What kind of crime could old man Monsu possibly have committed? He's lived his entire life up in the mountains.
Oh, and now you're to defend the guilty? Joe Monsu here has committed 2 crimes! The defendant conspired with Beyond the Butcher to illegally breed and distribute snakes. Therefore, the licensed snake catchers starved for days. He was greedy and only concerned with satisfying his own needs at everyone else's expense.
Your lordship, I'm not trying to protect the defendant. It's just that I just can't let some things stand as truth when they aren't. This person here doesn't have a greedy bone in his body. He's got no money, and he's never even bought his own wife a ring. He's just a mountain guide who has worshipped Sangun for his entire life. Why would he suddenly develop the desire to prey on people?
Tessu! How... What are you doing here?
Well, of course there's a witness. Joe Monsu, do you know these people?
I certainly do remember them. They were the ones who not only poached all the snakes in Donghae Province, they also went as far as catching and selling all the snakes in Bade Forest.
Oh my! What did he just say? Does that mean that the snake I had, it wasn't a snake that had drunk the blessed water?
Why, you rotten old man. Your Honor, he's the one. He's the one who told us to get lost. That Mount Tebek was his domain.
You're saying he was forgetting his duty in crossing the line? And that he was trying to hog all the snakes of Donghae Province for his own sake?
You snake hunter scoundrels! How dare you speak lies? Aren't you afraid of the heavens? Feasting on ill-gotten gains from secret deals. Mark my words. I'm fully aware of your schemes.
Additionally, Joe Monsu violated the curfew order. I heard the petition of the scholar from Byoke was delivered to the capital at night. Everyone in Donghae Province knows that you are the only person who has mastered the paths of Mount Tebek. Who else but you would dare to cross the mountain teeming with tigers at midnight?
A petition? I've never heard of this. I live only for the mountain and know nothing of a petition.
Youngum, if what you claim is true, then you were not involved in our dispatch. We are a special forces unit that operates independently of the king's orders, which means preventing tiger attacks is the most important thing for this country. And how is it that we weren't called upon until recently? Was the curfew imposed to prevent anyone from calling us? And that implies that there's something we stripe folk should be blind to regarding the happenings of Donghae Province.
General!
You're mistaken, General Ahong. The curfew was announced publicly in relation to the criminal investigation of Moodle Village. And if I'm honest, it was to prevent the spread of the Odukshini. You must know the Odukshini, they're like a contagious disease. Furthermore, the reason for not calling upon the Stripe Folk was not intentional, but rather because you are His Majesty's personal guard. The Black Death looms once again, while Lord Bunghuang still slumbers on Mount Ashi. Who will protect our frail king, if not you? And General, I, Lee Dok-su, am the Lieutenant General of the Donghae Province. As soldiers of His Majesty, it is also your duty to follow my orders and guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Listen up, Tiger Slayers! Entrance to the Tiger Palace is now prohibited. Until further notice, everyone should prepare to return to their homes.
Your lordship, the Chungi who serves as Songun's right hand has been defeated. If Songun's powers have weakened, what are we waiting for?
You've always been a man of spirit, Tesu. That's why I like you. But you grew up alone, having to fight for everything you have. I'm sure you haven't forgotten how you've had to earn your place. I have high expectations of you, and I'm always watching. The dispatch was unexpected, and our budget is already tight. Even if we were to ask the people to help accommodate you, there would be more emaciated villagers than dead tigers. I will soon decide how to best utilize you. Be patient and have faith in me.
Your lordship, please withdraw your order!
Please, be reasonable! Withdraw your order, your lordship! We don't know if it was because of the tiger attacks, but the cries have not stopped throughout the Donghae province. From Gumiho, the Songakshi, the Nduokshini, and even the Gusensei. Even the Bamboo Legion, protectors of this land, have turned their backs on us. However, at some point, the crying finally began to subside. Pambawi Valley is the only tear-soaked land that remains. To bring peace back to our lands. To send down the Stripe Folk. Isn't that the will of the king?
Yeah, that's right! We can hold on a little longer!
Hey, Stripe Folk, whatever you need of us, we believe in you!
We can feed the bellies of our Stripe Folk. What's a little hunger to us?
When did you all? I'm giving you 3 days. Take care of it. I've heard a lot about you. Impressive. I've never seen you in person. Strange. I feel like we've met somewhere before. But that would be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of your contributions. Let's have a drink together soon. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey,
And I'm going to end it here. Thank you everyone for watching this. I hope you have a great day.